You aren't alone if you feel like you're missing out on certain things. I feel like everyone else is also feeling the same way, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Um, Another thing is that there are certain things that make you feel like you didn't have a choice in missing out on them, and I would also say the same applies. Um, yeah. Also, another thing is my girlfriend keeps farting. Um, I don't know if she needs to get checked up for like IBS or something. Um, yeah. Like the other day, she was just like opening like the trunk of her car, and, you know, just let out like one of the loudest, stinkiest sort of farts I've ever witnessed and smelt. Um, so yeah, that's kind of a big problem. And yeah, while we're looking to get that checked out, you know, I'm thinking maybe we should get like a dog because it's kind of nice to have one. You know, I used to be a cat person, but they're just a bit too sleepy sometimes, and that's not that great. So yeah, um, I'm a bit off topic there, but yeah, the main point of this video is that you shouldn't feel too bad for missing out. Um, there's just plenty more opportunities, and yeah, it's not particularly unsafe to continue doing something even though you feel like you've left something out. Um, I guess it's just a learning process over time. Another thing is that if you try to plan many things in your mind, that usually turns out to be something that kind of turns you off it. Like, I didn't really think about this that much, but that's exactly why this video is being made. Otherwise, I don't think it would be counted out. So, yeah. There's been a lot of things on the news recently that makes people think that, um, like, the world is doing fairly badly. You know, it may be the case, but uh, kind of related to the thing I was talking about where it comes to missing out is that, yeah, like, you may feel like there's certain things that are wrong with the world, and it's the same sort of feeling as when you're missing out. It's like this sort of looming thing that continues to occupy your mind, but I don't think it's necessarily something that will go away with the resolution of these particular quote unquote problems. They're maybe as equally big problems um, that would seem bigger once the quote unquote problems that you solve go away, right? So, like, if you find that you got rid of this massive problem, then I don't know, maybe a smaller problem may begin to feel bigger. It's sort of relative, I guess. So, yeah, I suppose that means that humanity will continue to evolve based on the environment they create, because then you begin to see smaller and smaller problems that you can work on, um, which is, I guess, like a just a part of life, and like a good thing you can do in your spare time. You know, I think Everyone's a bit bored at the moment of doing things that are societally accepted, so it's always been the case that every new generation sort of creates things that are more interesting to them compared to the previous generation. It's just the law of nature, I guess. And that's what a lot of people are doing now. They're kind of fed up of doing these sort of 9 to 5 type style jobs. They can recognize that that to keep the world running in a sustainable way will require like a different approach compared to the previous model. And I think that's that the world is in good hands due to sort of intuitive people that recognize the sort of downsides and upsides for certain phenomena that are taking place in the world. And yeah, it's all going to be pretty good. Yeah, so there's a lot of hope for the future, and I think that basically everything's going to get better. And the hardship is something that can be seen as more of like a challenge that is like a nice sort of challenge to work on. Because if everything was easy, I guess it would be sort of slightly boring, and I think people at the end of the day they prefer large challenges over being bored. I mean, ask any sort of person who feels very bored with their life, they'll be like, at least wanting something to happen that is not super pleasant, but at least is somewhat fulfilling. For example, um, having children is a very difficult process, and it is a challenge, definitely. So it goes to be said that people can go through extraordinary amounts of um, difficulty and still, you know, be bored at the same time. Yeah.